Hey Taurus, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamolen, Psychic Medium. Welcome to your May Singles 2026 prediction. No X's, no pass. I do have some charms and initials for you, lots of messages, lots of cards. So let's use this reading to help you to manifest a love that you are worthy and deserving of, or to confirm a love maybe that is coming or has come into your life recently. So let's see what Spirit has for you. Let's call on our spirit guides now. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to anybody that's newly guided here for the first time. Spirit, I call upon you for loving messages. What is it that you have for us? What is it that you need us to know? I am listening for you now. I have a wine glass, a glass of wine. Okay, a little date there, a little celebration. They're sharing good news. It's almost as if somebody wants to take you out because of something. So, I mean, it could be a first date, but it also could be something that I might know this person and I may be not thinking of them in a romantic way, even though I'm attracted to them. And maybe there's been something happening around your life and they're like, okay, let's go out for a glass of wine. Let's go out for a drink. And I want to celebrate. I want to buy you a drink, So there was almost a feeling of, it's not necessarily a date, but it's I want to be with you. And then I feel like it picks up from there. I mean, there's a sense of picking up. Okay, so picking up pace. Okay, let's keep going. So it might be somebody in your energy now that somehow wants to celebrate something with you. Could be a birthday coming up. It wouldn't be your birthday, right? Taurus. Well, maybe you just had a birthday. Yeah, you just had a birthday, right? Not that long ago. Maybe it was a big birthday. I have an owl. Cooperation, creating sweetness together, working together. Do you work together? I want to buy you a drink. I owe you a drink for your birthday. Not that long ago, Spirit just said. Okay. A handshake, agreement, mutual respect. I just met you. A little bit of a meeting of the minds energy also. Like we're going to talk, we have something to talk about. Could be work related. It could be, I'm trying to learn something and you're the person who knows about it. I will have something to discuss. So it does feel like a meeting. It does feel like a new beginning. We'll say that. And I have a gift. Generosity and an unexpected blessing is coming your way. I like that. Good news and unexpected blessing. I'll take that. Okay. Whoever this is, they're saying picking up pace and opening up. Opening up. So it could be something along the lines of they want to know, like, they're afraid, they've been afraid to ask you, like, what's your status? What they know you're not married, but what's your status? Are you with anybody? Just because you're not married doesn't mean that you don't have a relationship. Just because you don't have a ring on your finger doesn't mean that you're not in a long-term relationship. So people are always kind of hesitant to, just put themselves out there because there could be somebody in the background. They don't want to cross that line. They don't want to hit on somebody it's inappropriate, something like that. So part of me feels like they want to get the scoop. Like, who are you? And are you available? I'm going to find out. I have a 9 of Wands. I have an 8 of Swords. I have a 2 of Wands. And I have a 10 of Cups. It literally felt like, not that they're dragging you out, but it could be a joke. Like, do I have to twist your arm? Do I have to beg? Do I have to jump up and down to, get you to go out with me? So there's a part of me that says that they have to convince you somehow just to go out. And then Spirit's saying, you know, hey, take the leap of faith. It's not that hard. You're putting way too much weight on that first meeting than it needs to be. Okay. Think of it as you're just meeting a new friend. You know, I'm just going to have a drink with a new friend. I'm just going to have a cup of coffee. We're just going to talk. Can you do that? Most of us can have a conversation with pretty much anybody. So if you approach it more like that, as opposed to a first date and all this expectation and all that kind of gunk, you're not going to be yourself. So look at it as it's just another human being that I'm going to talk to, and it'll probably be pretty easy. 2 of Wands and a 10 of Cups. Spirit's trying to show you the big picture, okay? So there's the big picture is I've got to start. I've got to start somewhere with someone. And that's going to lead me to this beautiful kind of where can I go in the future? But where I'm ending up is this 10 of Cups, that we could be really, really happy together. So they're asking you to kind of look at the big picture of your life. Don't overanalyze this one person, this one meeting, this what are their intentions? Why are they asking? What's their deal? You're not going to know their deal until you sit down and talk to them. Okay. Nobody's going to, you know, send you out a resume and say, you know, these are all the people that I dated. These are my best qualities. These are my worst, you know, like nobody's going to give you that information. You gotta get it out of them. So, but I like the big picture idea. I like this feeling of, think big. Okay. Think big. 9 of Pentacles. I like that. I have a 5 of Cups. I have a Queen of Swords. I have a King of Swords. It literally came into me as, what if things get better? So whatever's going on in your life, I'm worried about money. I'm worried about, am I going to be alone? Am I going to be able to retire? You know, I don't know how old you are. But it felt like things are getting better. And whatever situation you're in, things are getting better. And I also feel like between the 2 of us, there's nothing we can't solve. I think you're both very bright. I think you're both very solid, is how I felt. I think you both can put out fires. Between the 2 of you, you can find a solution to any obstacle. So if you feel like there's some kind of obstacle that could be in front of you with this particular person, I wouldn't worry about that. I think that you can, it's like, we'll put our heads together. You know, when 2 people want to be together and there's some kind of obstacle or something that has to happen, you figure it out. Okay. You just make it happen. I have a moon at the bottom of my deck. I have a Chariot. Nice. And I have a 7 of Swords. So the only thing that could hold you back is they're saying what you're telling yourself. All right. So I'm going to go with this kind of feeling of, I don't think you're lying to yourself, but it's the little white lies that we tell ourselves. What if I'm in a worse place? What if I meet the wrong person? What if it's worse than where I am today? We all do it. But what if it's better? Okay, so I'm going to put that 7 of Swords. It's not so much somebody is lying to you as much as what is it that you're telling yourself right now? Okay, I think we have a tendency to go down that path of doom and gloom instead of going down the path of, what if I'm meeting somebody great? What if I'm meeting a perfect partner, a best friend, you know, somebody I really get along with? Let's get some let's get some initials. Some of you may have somebody on your mind that you've met recently and you're just curious if that's this person. Let's grab a handful of these. Okay. And let's see. I have a letter D, Y, L. I have a U. I have a letter B, X. I have a U. Letter P, V, another P, F, Y, G, and I have an S. Okay, and then let's get the double letters. I have letters that are the beginning spelling of a first name. So first letter, second letter, first name or last name. Okay, so let's see. Some of you like these. These are even more accurate. The Chariot, moving forward. Things are moving forward. What they say? It's picking up pace. It's picking up pace. You know, it's interesting because it almost feels like we kind of have a thing for each other. And then all we need is that little bit of time one-on-one. That's what I feel like has to happen. I have a thing for you. And we have that little bit of one-on-one time, that kind of nobody else is around. It's just us. And we realize that thing, there actually is something there, that there's chemistry, that there's interest, that there's a sense of humor, that I'm very attracted to you, whatever it is. And then we realize that it's like effortless, that we really are talking and enjoying this. And then it turns into, hey, let's do this again. So I feel like that's what we need. We need a little bit of time alone together. I have an ED. I have a DE, GO, HA, JE, ZA, MI, SA, AN, JU, WI, DY. Let's get two more. I have an RO and I have an FR. So I have a thing for you. We all know that feeling, you know, like, I mean, you can call it a crush, but yeah, there's just something about that person that you kind of look at them and you think, you know, yeah, there's something there. What sign could they be, Spirit? Let's see. I have a Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and I have a Scorpio. Okay. And can I have some personality traits? What kind of personality am I looking at? I feel like they're a teaser because of the way they shared with me, you know, like they're trying to twist your arm, or, you know, like they're begging, you know, begging you, promise I won't hurt you, you know, on the first date, you know, they're like, it's just a drink, you know, something like that. So, but there's nothing to be afraid of here, they're saying. I have a divine masculine energy, powerful, kind, peaceful, compassionate, nice qualities, dynamic. I have in love, crushing hard. That would make sense. Yeah. Tender, passionate, can't take my eyes off of you. So I do feel that this person's going to convince you to spend some time alone with you. And I just want to talk. It's like, I just want to be alone. Maybe you've been in situations where you've been with them, but there's always other people around. There's always, you know, I mean, it could be at work, you know, there's workers around. You're not talking at work like that. There's other people around. So it's, you know, we really haven't had that personal contact one-on-one. I have creative. I get lost in my art. Maybe there's something that they want to share with you. They have a hobby. They're very good at something. They've been making something, you know, for years. They're, you know, here, let me show you pictures of of things that I do. That could be you, that could be them. And I have a happy soul. I'll take a happy soul, Spirit. I want, I feel lucky, positive, lighthearted. Everything is prosperous. Everywhere I look, I think of the positive. Maybe they're one of those people that walk around with, they're genuinely happy. Or if they're not, they try to look at the good in what is around them. So I wouldn't say they're walking around with anger or resentments. If you come across somebody that has a lot of resentments, it's probably not this person. I feel like this person has an attitude of life goes on and it is what it is. And they pick up the pieces and they keep moving. So I think they're really good at like moving on from difficult situations, putting life in life's, like in perspective, like in the big picture of things. Little things don't affect them. They're trying to always think of, what's most important. I have a tendency to be forgetful or late. Uh-oh. So maybe they tell that up front. Okay. So if they say that, test them. They're saying test them. Okay. Give them what time you need them to be there by, but maybe make it so it's 15 minutes, before or something. Wrote you a message, but never sent it. So they maybe got chicken. Maybe they had got cold feet to reach out to you. Your paths will cross in their birthday month. So is their birthday month May? Let's see. May would be, it could, well, Taurus season has passed. No, it could be Gemini. It could be Gemini. It could be Gemini. Okay, birthday month, if it's May. Has moved closer to you recently. They've moved to the area. I'm relatively new to the area. Maybe I moved in the last year or so, something like that. They like to use their initials often. So maybe they sign their name with their initials. They don't have like a long signature. Maybe they just go, it looks like a squiggle, something like that. Has a triple syllable first name, has a long first name. Strawberry hair. I don't know about the strawberry hair, but they may have a lot of red in their beard. You know how sometimes in the certain light, they have some red highlights, something like that. They have a beard. Has more vowels than consonants in their last name. Wears meaningful accessories often. It feels more like they're saying a signature, like their signature is either sunglasses or a baseball cap or hat. You don't see them very often without both, something like that. So it almost is like, is that your uniform? They're saying outside of work, that's how they dress. They always have they always have sunglasses on. They always have glasses around them. Okay, different ones. I has dark skin. Wears 3 red items. Okay, wears red. I don't know why it's 3. I rent a home. For now, and has lost a loved one within the last year. I just felt a feeling of like moving back home because of somebody passing away. Almost like my mother passed away. She left me the house. I moved back home, took over the house. It's easier to live there. Maybe they're renting it from their siblings, something like that, instead of selling it. But I did feel a strong, unfortunately, loss. And I do feel like it gave them a chance to be closer to their family. So they could have, it could be a feeling of moving back to an area. Spirit, please share with me. I have universal love. I feel like you were guided to me. I have a Virgo. I have pursuing my passion. I'm doing what I love. I'm going to say it that way. So whatever their career is, they probably chose it. It was probably always something that they wanted to do. Maybe they went to school for it. I always wanted to be a doctor. I thought I would be a doctor. I never really thought about anything else. I always wanted to be a pilot. I never saw myself doing anything else. I knew I was going to be a pilot. So, you know, it's something like that. It's something very specific. I have a burning passion. I'm going to put that with this, I'm going to say passion for life. I feel like it's one of those people who, it's like play hard, what is it? Work hard, play hard energy. That they put their all into whatever they're doing at the time. Okay. If they're at work, they're like all in. Okay. If they're off work, they're all into what you guys are doing, family, friends, you know, like I just feel like wherever they're at that time, they give that person or that situation their full energy. So they're not waiting for the next thing to happen and I want to be somewhere else. They're not with you and looking at their phone, you know, because they're thinking, I'd rather, you know, move on, you know, to the next thing. I have Cancer. Saying goodbye. Somebody said goodbye to a lost loved one. I have an X. Okay. Closing a door on an X, and I have Pisces energy. So I will take that. Let's get some charms. Let's see what your charms are saying today. Let's see what they want you to know. Okay. Get a handful of charms. Okay, so this big, beautiful bowl. And I'm going to get a scoop. This has some numbers. It has all kinds of stuff. Okay, number 30, 30th of the month. That would be tomorrow. I'm going to meet this person tomorrow. That would be nice. Okay. And then these are actually little cards. So I have the Hanged Man, patiently waiting. Hanged Man, patiently waiting for you. I have Temperance. Okay. Balanced, emotional balance. You balance me. I like being with you. I feel comfortable. I have a Magician energy. A little bit of the more that you get to know them, the more that will be revealed. Like you may like them more over time than even your first impression, that you start to realize like this person, there's more going on here. So you start to, you know, fall for them for different reasons over time. So it's the person who grows on you. I think that's always nice. I like that. You're right. They're stuck. Hold on. Let me see. See if I can get this guy. What's this guy? This is my Hierophant. Okay, so I feel that connection. This is the Empress. I have an Empress energy. And I have one more. And a Tower. A Tower. So after an ending, this new beginning's coming in. Okay. I have a peace sign. I'm going to go more. Ooh, I like the bling. It's kind of blingy. I'm going to go more with how you feel when you're with them. Okay. you could feel a sense of peace. You could feel that they don't make you anxious. They don't make you stressed out. You feel very comfortable when you're with them. I think knowing your energy when you're with somebody is really, really important. That you like how you feel when you're with this person. I like that. I have a computer, laptop's always with me. I like what I do, so I feel like I take work home with me. I feel like I'm probably always checking my email. I'm probably always responding to people. Doesn't mean they work around the clock, but I feel like they love what they do, so they don't want to miss a beat. They don't want to miss anything. And or their type of work that they have to keep things going, like a real estate agent, you know, where they have to check their emails to kind of keep paperwork going or something like that. I have an I love you, so I am going to fall in love with you. I have a butterfly. The color green feels like green eyes. Somebody could have hazel or green eyes. They could have a lot of green in their eyes. So you could, when you look at, you know how sometimes when somebody wears a certain shirt, the color brings out the color in their eyes. So this person could have a lot of green in their eyes, or you could have a lot of green in your eyes. I have a swan, my soulmate. It's like I have a single swan, so I'm looking for you. I'm looking for my other half. I have a deck of cards. Roll the dice, but I also felt poker. This person might like to play poker. Maybe they like to go to a casino. Maybe they play poker with their friends. Okay, they play cards. So that could be something they've been doing for years. They've got a group that they play with. So poker could be important to somebody. Doesn't mean they're, you know, have a problem with gambling. It's something that they do with friends, and it's something fun. I have a phone. Okay. Good news, they said. Picking up pace. All right. So get ready for the call. Okay. So a call comes in. We want the call. We want somebody to make, okay. So they just said they make the first move. Okay. They'll make the first move. All right. So that's something to look forward to. Maybe you gave them your number. They asked for your number. You have a friend that's gave them their number. They'll make the first move. That's how it came into me. All right. So they're not afraid to take initiative. That feels good. And they're not afraid to let you know that, you know, they're interested. All right. So let's see when. Well, let's see. Let's see what they say. Where's my timeline? Spirit, when is this happening? April 30th. April 29th, April 30th. That's when I recorded this. Okay. Spirit, when is this happening? I have next year looks promising. Just remember what a difference a year makes. You can meet this person now, and in a year from now, no, this is the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. I always like that. I have the next couple of days. 30. I had the number 30. Now I have the number 31. So could be next couple of days. Next full moon. I have March being important, the number 17, but we could even just say lucky with that, like the 4-leaf clover energy. And going too fast, slowing down to take your time. Is this person coming on too fast? Is this person love bombing you? You can always slow it down. You can always say, hey, I'm not going anywhere. You know, just relax. I like you. You know, we'll spend some time together. And I have spring. It says next spring, but I'm going to go with spring. Okay. Let's put this out into the universe for those of you that are manifesting with me today. Claim it. Claim what connected to you. Ask Spirit to bring you this kind of love. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. I want to thank you all for being here. If you're new to this channel, please remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Claim it, own it, it's yours in the comments. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, please visit my website, kathymamolin.psychicmedium.com. I did just upload a couple of new offerings on my website, so you might be interested in those, some half-hour readings and a mini reading update, so you could take a look at that. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope you have a great May, and we'll see you all again real soon.